we have Howard Yang with the spoken word. Now, I don't know how many of you have met Howard, but pretty much everybody who's met him has said they like the way he talks.
I can vote.
Yeah.
Love doesn't eat her vegetables, and too much meat makes her dizzy. But you would put your head down and spin around a baseball bat 1,000 times just so you could be dizzy together. And then somehow stagger into your batting stance and smack a 90-mile-per-hour curveball into the left field bleachers for a home run, only to end up losing 20-1. Because sometimes just winning the battle is enough. And sometimes we stand heartache to heartache, but you put two hurts together and you get the frequency with which the thought of her beats into your mind. Love sneaks up behind you and gets in the way between you and your bulgogi beef. But you let her, because the waiter's already switched the girl 3 times, and she only partly smells of dead cow. And as the smoke fills the room, you realize that that's the only smoke you need. Because who needs drugs when you got mana for $23.99, which is 1 less than a perfect SAT score? She's got that perfect SAT score of spunk, attitude, and tongue, because her words were off her tongue like honey. But Winnie the Pooh would turn over a new leaf if he only had a taste of her sweetness. She's like white chocolate. Not actually made from chocolate, but just as sweet. And her antioxidants are antioxygens because she takes your breath away. Like you're in space, and all around you is a vacuum, which would suck because you already have terrible kissing endurance anyways. And she makes you stop drowning your beet in sesame oil, which is okay, because the only oil you need is to lubricate the friction caused by your soul rubbing so perfectly yet imperfectly. And she opens Sesame's your heart, takes up residence and forgets to pay the rent, which you don't mind because she buys you snacks. And then you relax on the couch, watching Titanic. And though Kate Winslet is pretty, the only rose you need is right there, next to you, in full blossom. And you would pick her first, even if the thorns cut up your fingers. But that's okay, because she'll band-aid till the scars fade and kiss your boo-boos till you fall asleep on her lap. And the only boo-hoos you ever hear from her are when you sing Jonas Brothers to her at 2:30 a.m. while slightly intoxicated. But the main sickness you're coming down with is the love bug again. And now you're speechless, and you're teethless, because her pterodactyl puts a smile on her face when she's feeling down. But she's always down for new adventures, for diamond dentures, because you want her to understand you when you're old and your teeth are gone, that you love her. Pterodactyl becomes pterodactyl, but you can't hear go to the restroom because the P is silent. And you hit the sides of the bowls to ensure minimal soundage because you don't want to wake her up. And she looks so peaceful when she's sleeping. And then you sit back into bed and fit perfectly together, like 2 L pieces in Tetris. Because she loves Tetris, and has 40 ranks on you, and KOs you 3 times to your 5 lines every time. She's a real knockout. And then she's gone. And you go to bed every night, scrying at the empty space beside you, wondering where did the weekend go. And how time seems to slow down when you're together. But when you look at the clock, it's already 3 a.m. Like telling yourself you're only going to watch 1 episode of Death Note, but end up pulling your first ever college all-nighter, marathoning the whole series and going to bed at 8 a.m. the Sunday before finals week, and justifying your rampant sweet consumption with thinking burns calories. Do you know what else burns calories? Running. Mario Party with 8 players, because throwing controllers into the wall can get pretty intensive, which she gets, but though you hate to admit it. She's cute when she deal breaks you after you spend the entire game building up Boardwalk and Park Place with a double rent to everybody lurking in your hand. But she doesn't pay rent, which is okay, because she buys you snacks. And income tax on the first roll does not mean a do-over, because life ain't no Nintendo game. Though you love the way she lies when we play Mafia and Resistance, which is voltage over current, or V over I, though I'd rather have you over I. But being on the top bunk would probably be better since she falls off your bed more than you do. But you don't have a bunk bed. In fact, your beds are 100 miles apart, but you'd walk 1,000. And all you have is matching pillows. And the end goal is to make it through the month, till you see her again. But you're comforted knowing that you share the same moon, and if she were to whisper to you, darling, the moon is beautiful tonight, you would shrink that moon down to size, turn it into a marble, and shoot. But nobody plays marbles anymore, so you would return the moon to its proper place. Because without the moon, there would be no tides, and her eyes would not glisten in the moonlight like they do. And that would not be despicable, that would be devastating and passionate, as if the devil stayed in you, because she's just too hot to handle. But if an inflamed princess can do it, then so can you. Love makes bad puns, and loves corny pickup lines. So girl, let me be your toast, so you can be my butter half. This should make my heart beat funny anyways. And I will swim 2,000 miles across the Pacific Ocean with 45-pound dumbbells tied to my testicles, because who needs balls when you have marbles? But nobody plays marbles anymore. So let's make those 25-pound dumbbells to each testicle across the Pacific Ocean, just so I can enjoy a 30-minute seafood buffet with you over Skype on a dial-up internet connection, only to find out that she doesn't like seafood or fish, which kind of ruins Filet-O-Fish Fridays. But on the bright side, there's other words that begin with that, like French fries. But that tantalize, and 20-piece chicken McNuggets with BBQ sauce and sweet and sour sauce, which are her favorites, though you would go with ranch every time. And you would disrupt that net zero internet connection and your potentially high score setting game of Termac roll just to pick up the phone and hear her voice. Because you'd probably choke anyways and miss that aqua berry. But real life fruit trumps in-game fruit every time. And you love the way she pronounces cuties, QTs, and watermelons, watermelons. But the only fruit you're interested in is a date at Sioux Plantation or more KBBQ. But you'd probably end up grabbing Mexican food anyways, because love doesn't eat her vegetables, and too much meat makes her dizzy. Thank you.
Yeah, it's when she gets in the way of your bulgogi beef.
All right, I mean, you define love other than Howard differently, but that's fine. I think I like Howard's way better.
I think I do too.